toes to touch. Spread your knees a little or a lot. And then as you relax into your body, calm your brain. Find that rhythmic pace of breath. Inhaling through the nose. Enjoying a little pause at the peak. Hold the breath in. And through parted lips, exhale, let your breath go. And as we take our individual journeys inward, setting up the space, setting the tone and the foundation for your practice, downloading whatever information is available to you, and then leaving a little room for discovery, right? I feel like the more still I get, the more quiet I allow the body and brain to arrive to sink into, to settle down, the more clarity I receive, the more information I'm able to assess, to download. So as I invite you to take your gaze inward, what are you discovering once you begin to make that journey and that shift in? Pausing here for 5 deep breaths. In your child's pose, or maybe you find an alternative opening shape. I want you to find the balance of turning your brain off and trusting me to offer suggestions to you that I think might feel good in the arc of this practice. But I don't ever want you to feel pigeonholed to my suggestions, to my template. I want you to empower yourself to shift as needed, when needed, for you. 2 more breaths with parted lips. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. 1 more soft breath in. Smooth breath out. Seal your lips. Call in your Ujjayi breathing. Carefully inhaling and exhaling through your nostrils. Find space. Create space from your tailbone, through your spine, and out through the crown of your head. Elevate your elbows and your forearms up and away from the floor. And then rise up, passing through your tabletop pose, maybe just for 1 smooth breath. And as you exhale, tuck your toes, arriving to your downward facing dog. First one of this class. Notice what you discover in the calves, the backs of the legs, your hamstrings, your quads, your shoulders, your wrists. So many parts of you here working for you already, early into practice, but recruit those parts of the body that you need right now to hold your body in this gentle inversion. Hide your heels behind your toes, plug your shoulders away from your ears. Any movements, any wiggles, any sways that feel good, you call them in. And inhale, shift forward, plank pose, top of a push-up. Exhale, downward facing dog. 2 more times. Inhale, pull forward. Exhale, hips back, down dog. 1 more. Inhale, pull forward, plank pose. Exhale, down dog. If you haven't already sealed your lips and began to inhale and exhale through the nostrils, please meet me there, building heat in your body. Inhale forward, back to your plank, shoulders ahead of your wrists, lower slow all the way to the floor. 3, 2, 1, right into your baby cobra. Tops of the feet are heavy. Elbows are bent, shoulders are down, heart up. Exhale, chest down, tuck your toes, down dog. Heels high, look forward. Exhale, gently step in between your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. 2 sun A's to wake up your body. Ragdoll up to standing, reach up, look up. Exhale, hands to chest. Bottom of the sternum down and in. Tail down. Yes. Inhale, sweep up, upward salute. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, heart up, halfway. Exhale, fold, step back for your plank. Lower, slow. 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Inhale, cobra pose, maybe up dog pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, heels high, look ahead. Exhale, step or hop in between your hands. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands to chest. One more round. Inhale, we lift. Exhale, smooth release, fold forward. Inhale, heart up. Exhale, fold, plant your palms. Step back for your plank. Clear shapes. As you transition, you want seamless movements leading into the next, right? But I want you to complete the shape. So it's never like there's an incomplete shape that we just forget about and move on from. Your seamless inhales and exhales help you mirror that in your body. Completing a shape, pausing through a transition, arriving to the new shape. How fluid can you be in your transitions, but how clear can you be in your shapes? Heels high, look forward. Exhale, step or hop in between your hands. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale to fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, pause. Hands to your chest for a breath. I really want you to feel that scooping-like feeling of your tail under so much that you firm your belly and lift your heels. No problem here. As you become one with the earth, balls of the feet press in, you root down to rise up through your crown. Hands can stay pressed in at your heart, or maybe you lift your arms up toward the sky. Biceps towards your ears, pinkies in, thumbs out. Yeah, and send the weight into the balls of the feet. So we're not coming out to the pinky toe side of the feet, really nice. And we'll stay up for our first chair. Squatting down low. Feel your quads turn on. If your quads aren't turned on, you might be too low, right? It might be too passive here, right? Or you might be too high. You might just be playing in the shallow end of the pool, right? I want you to strengthen your ankles and get into those quads and hip flexors. Feel the burn. 3, 2, slow count, last one. Exhale, we fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold, plant your palms, step back. Chaturanga lower. Someone joining us, beautiful, heart up, inhale. Exhale, down dog. So if you're just joining us, maybe you take a couple extra breaths in your down dog. Maybe you take a full sun A or 2. For the rest of us, let's take a moment, inhale, plank. Exhale, down dog. Right, you might jump in. This might be your warm up, or if you need a couple sun A's, you take them. Plank to dog flow for another 5. 4, 3. This might actually be a really sweet way to warm up your body. Coming forward to that high push-up, coming into that 4-limb dog. One more together. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, ground in your down dog. Taking a moment, setting up your down dog with fingers spread wide. Outer edges of the feet pressing down and in. And the heels of your feet melting down toward the floor. On the inhale, right leg up and back to a dog split. As you exhale, twist right knee over to the left side. We're going to get into the outer right hip. Straighten your right leg. Let the outer blade of the right foot press down and into the floor. Yeah, so it's kind of like you're in a tiger stretch with an extended leg, or a plank pose with the right leg going across the body over to the left, right? And then I want you to start to dip that right hip down toward the floor. It might touch, it might hover. You're probably feeling a lot of sensation on that outer right leg, I know. Remember, your palms are there for support. Take one more inhale, stretch that outer right hip open. And then using your palm strength or core strength, we're gonna come right back into that twisted tiger stretch. Yes. Inhale, right leg up and back to a dog split. I'm gonna slightly hop over to my left to give myself a little room. I'm very close to a wall on my right side. You might need to do that too, right? It's the beauty of your home yoga studio space now that we've had to create, right? Or gotten to create. Open up the hips, stack the joints, get in there. And then as you exhale, tap right knee to your right arm. Ooh. Right foot on the outside of the right hand. Yeah, so now both hands on the inside of that right leg. Move my little prop station. And then play with extending your right leg towards straight. It's really early into practice, so some of us may not get there. That's totally fine. Your right leg might stay bent. This could be a lizard pose. Yeah. If your right leg gets straight, hips down toward the floor. If that's not a stretch for the inseam of your right leg and your right hamstring, I don't have anything else for you, right? That's a big stretch. Take a moment. Take 3, actually. Settling in. Breathing in and out. Palms are there for your support. Forearms are there if you need them. Just one more breath. Gentle-ish invitations, right? But we're creating space, so there's going to be some growing pains. As long as there's no sharp shooting pain, you're all good. Yeah. Palms back down to support you. Tuck your back left toes. Use the knee and the left toes to help you get back up. And your knee again, back to that little tap of the right knee to the outer right leg. And then get out of there, back to your dog split. Square off to the hips. Exhale, knee to nose. Right leg forward, step it through. Back left foot goes flat. Before you rise up, left waist forward. Left shoulder forward. Arms back. Arms forward and up to your warrior one. Yeah, now somehow some of us probably came out of that deep bend on the front right knee. So it looks more like a pyramid variation than a warrior one. I want you to find that generous bend in your front right knee. Is your thigh bone parallel to the floor? If not, can you work it there? Arms up, left waist and chest forward. 2 breaths. 1 breath. Smooth it out, warrior 2. Just for 3, maybe today with palms up. Wrists up, shoulders height, open palms, open hands, fingers spread wide, look ahead. Deepen the bend in your front right knee because you can. Shoulders stay over hips. 1 more inhale. And as you exhale, let's get out of there. Hands down to the floor. Right toes back. 3-limb plank. Chaturanga. Inhale back. Complete the shape, and then you move into your down dog. Beautiful transitions, everyone. Heading right into the second side. Inhale, left leg up and back. Exhale, twist, left knee over to the right side. I gotta hop over to my left a little bit too to give myself some room to straighten my left leg. Remember, you could stay here in that funky crossover plank-like shape, or you soften the back right knee and toes down. You come to the outer left hip, feel that opening. If a back bend is too much here, right? Upright for some of us feels like a back bend. Come down. If you're still wiggling and working to find what works here, great. Be present to yourself. You're not going to figure it out if you check out, right? So stay here with the shapes, finding the variation that works for you. 2, 1. Palms pressed. Tuck your back right knee or right toes, lift the right knee. Coming back into that tiger stretch with a twist. Inhale, left leg back. Open up the hips, stack the joints. Crown of the head is reaching toward the space in between your thumbs. Your lifted left heel is going back and out, and maybe therefore up, because you're stretching so far out. And as you exhale, tap left knee, left arm. Woo. Step the foot on the outside of the left hand. Drop your back right knee and toes. Remember, bent leg becomes a lizard variation. Yeah? Splits variation. Breathe into the back of your left leg. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Maybe extend the leg towards straight. We've got 4 breaths to play with that in our bodies. 3. Reaching your heart forward or up, I'll let you choose. Very different sensations, but big sensations either way, right? Either choice. 1 more breath here. Smooth exhale to release. Tuck your back right toes, lift the knee, back knee. From there, front knee taps front arm or left arm. Inhale back to your dog split, square out through the hips. Step it through, warrior 1. Pin the left hip down and back. Right waist forward, maybe a little sweep of the arms. I know we did that sweep lower, forward. If you need that for balance, take it. Otherwise, just a little shoulder sweep might feel nice upright as well. 3 breaths, pin your left hip back, squaring off through the hips. Really nice form, everybody. Right waist forward, just a hair more for some of us. And then check in, is that left thigh bone parallel to the floor? If not, let it grow into that shape. Yeah, full expression. Open up, smooth it out, warrior 2. Maybe today, with your palms up toward the sky. Wrists up, shoulders height. Tail down and under. The bottom of your sternum is going down towards your navel, please. Yeah, shoulders down, 2 breaths. 1 breath, sink in a little deeper, spread those fingertips a little wider. Then exhale, come down to the floor, low lunge. High plank, left toes hover a little or a little more. Chaturanga. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pausing in your down dog for 3 breaths. For 2 breaths. And another breath here. So it's toward the end of your day. I had a full day of teaching. I said to myself, I'm just going to cue. With showing up with you guys, I'm feeling your energy rising. It's inspiring me to get deeper into my practice. So I hope you're feeling that connection to that communal vibe and energy, supporting you, lifting you up. Take 1 more inhale, a little bonus breath in your down dog. Pancaking the palms down, pressing the fingertips into the floor. Yeah, taking any breaks you need, hydrating, whatever. But if you don't, you're right here in it. 2 rounds. I'm not going to schedule a break or offer one. You choose if you need one. Lift your heels high, look forward. Exhale, step or hop in between your hands. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands to chest. Arms down by your sides, pull your right knee up and in towards your chest. And we're just gonna play with a little 1-leg balance on the way back to our chair. So here with your right knee, lifting up and in toward the ribs, square off through your hip bones, right? So that right hip isn't higher or over doing something where we're compensating, because now that left leg is pretty much on its own. We remove that other balancing leg, right? So come in. Find those negotiations that need to happen. And then invite a little more space in the back of your right leg. Straighten your right leg. Can you keep it hips tight? And can you hold the shape, but not your breath? 3, 2, 1. As you exhale, we're going to pass through a warrior 3. 3, 2, 1. Into a standing split. That right heel is going out and therefore maybe up, because you run out of room, you run out of space to go straight back, right? So it doesn't become a lateral stretch anymore, it becomes a vertical one. And then with the same intention that you're infusing into that lifted right leg, can you send that energy down through the crown of the head and invite the ribs towards your grounded left leg. Elbows could flare wide, or you can bring it in close, reaching for your grounded left ankle with 1 or both hands as the elbows draw in toward the midline, completing that extension and pulling that energy out and in. Take 1 more inhale. And as you exhale, meet me back in a forward fold, both legs down. Arms relaxed. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Plant your palms. Step back or shoot back, landing in chaturanga, half or all the way to the floor. Inhale, roll into your back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right leg up and back, dog split. And as you exhale, twist right knee over to your left side, straighten the leg. We're just here for a breath and a half, opening up that outer right. Inhale back to your tiger stretch with a little twist. Exhale, take it back. Open up the hip through the in-breath. Exhale, tap right knee or right foot on the outside of the right hand. If you want to play with straightening the leg, right side, you could. Pausing for a breath and a half. Inhale. Exhale, pull back up, a little tap. Inhale, dog split. Close the hips, step it through, right leg forward, warrior one. We've been here before. Just one breath. Opening up to your warrior two with open palms. Let's add a little reverse. Inhale, pull up and back. And as you exhale, hands down to the floor. 3-limb plank, right toes hover, chaturanga, maybe a little pause there. Half or all the way to the floor. Glide into your back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Heels high. Look forward, bend your knees. Exhale, step or hop in between your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, deep fold. Inhale, stand up. Exhale, hands through your heart space. From there, down by your sides. Shift the weight into the right foot. Pull your left knee up and in toward the chest, but it's a gradual progression, right? So you're noticing if anything shifts out of alignment, you'll feel it, you'll sense it. And then arms go up. Yeah, keep pulling that left hip down and back. And imagine there was a shelf for you to extend your left heel upon. You just keep that leg up, hips tight to get there, right? So visualization is so helpful for a lot of us. You see that target, you see that end goal, and then you create it, in this case, into your body. Yeah, breathing into the hold, the extension. I know that's not easy. 2, 1, exhale, fly back, warrior 3. And then find those little finesses of the shape that work for you. And remind yourself we're not dumping into that right hip socket, right? Over time, the cartilage in between the bones, right? We don't want that wearing thin because we were just jamming down in certain areas, right? Dumping into the hips is one of those problematic areas for a lot of us. I want you to lift. Support your body weight in the stretch. And take another 2. Another 1. Your heart goes forward as that back left heel comes up and into a standing splits. I know that left inner thigh wants to open up, those toes want to open, resist. There's opportunities to work your external hip rotation. This is not one of them. Your standing splits, stay neutral. Feel the inner thighs squeezing into the midline. And then grow. The heel back, your heart forward, your crown down. And then you choose. Elbows flare wide, or maybe you squeeze the elbows in as you draw the hands towards your grounded right leg. Surrender to the stretch, right? This is definitely not a passive stretch, but it's a big stretch where you don't want resistance from yourself in the shape. Going with it. Let your body open. 1 more inhale. Exhale, forward fold, melt down and out. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, plant your palms, step back through your plank pose. Chaturanga, lower, maybe a little pause. Half or all the way to the floor, inhale to your back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg, up and back, second leg. Exhale, take your twist. Remember, you can hold in that twist or you free the left leg towards straight, sinking the hips down. Pausing here for a breath. Core strength, arm strength, back up to your tiger stretch with a little twist. Inhale, left leg back up. Open up the knee and the toes to the left side. Exhale, tap your left knee high up your left leg. Free the sole of the foot down, hips go down, maybe straighten the left leg. A little breath here. Actually, a big breath here. Yeah. Tuck your back right toes. Bring it back and up. Close the hip. Step it through. Warrior one. Open up, warrior two. Hips and shoulders stay on the same plane. Palms up, gaze forward. Inhale, sink in deeper into the bend of that front left knee to reverse your warrior. And then exhale, come into your plank. Left toes hover. Chaturanga. Inhale, back there. Exhale, down dog. Let's take 2 breaths in our down dog. Just cause, right? It's one of those years, those seasons where I think a little gentleness infused and inserted into those tasks, to-dos, and asks are very helpful. So why would our practice be any different, right? Just one gentle breath, little rest, little check-in. With parted lips, exhale, let that breath go. All right, that was like a little mini break. One more round. Heels high, look forward. Exhale, step or hop into the space in between your hands. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, back down to your fold. Inhale, stand up. Exhale, hands to chest. Lift your heels again. Coming into that forced arch chair, where the sweet spot here is where you feel your quads turn on, right? So my goal here is not to get so low that I'm out of the intensity and the shape, right? Not too high where I'm shallow of that challenge. Another opportunity here to dig in, arms forward or up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep the heels lifted, straighten both legs, lift your heels high, higher. Drop your left heel, pull your right knee in towards your chest. And as you exhale, right heel goes back, tap the floor. Use that tap, because when we flow, you're gonna thank me for that moment, yeah? 4 times, we're gonna inhale, micro bend to the left knee as you rise back up, right knee in toward the chest, arms up. As you exhale, right leg goes back, tap the floor. Micro bend in the left knee. As you transition, then you stand up tall over a straight left leg. As you exhale, heel goes back, tap the floor with your fingertips. Let's just do one more. Yeah, inhale, rise up. Exhale, take that little tap. Stay here. Left arm stays down, right hand to the right hip. Open up, half moon. So your warrior twos have prepared you to be here. External hip rotation in that top, well, not really. External in that bottom leg-ish, right? Why? Because now we're stacked with that right leg hovering. So it kind of feels, for me, reminiscent of a warrior two, toes, and leg placement. But your hips are stacked. Your shoulders are stacked. Your wrists are stacked. And then take 3 breaths to find your gaze. Down, over, or up. And it's your Tuesday flow. Any spice you want to add. Remember, I always encourage you to find that sweetness or that spice that you need to each and every transition, each and every shape. One more inhale. As you exhale, float, step back. Warrior two. Straighten both legs. Preparing for a wide leg fold. Kick your heels out and your toes in. Doesn't matter which way you're facing as long as you can still hear me. Hands to your hips. Inhale, gaze up. And as you exhale, tuck your chin in towards your chest, coming down into a wide leg forward fold. Let your hands catch you. Right, fingertips or palms to the floor if they can reach it. If they don't, all good. Maybe take your hands to your outer legs. Maybe you make a box around the head with your arms. And stay in your fold. And I just want to give you a little reminder here. When we gather for an all levels flow, each and every person, each and every one of you has an invitation to arrive to your capacity today. not yesterday, not tomorrow, right? You come into that capacity today, and then invite yourself to take that one next step forward. Not 5, not 10, just that one next step. So what's that one next step here for you in this shape? Maybe that's the crown of the head down. Maybe that's the palms down with bent elbows. Maybe your head hovers and you interlace your hands up and above your sacrum, pulling the knuckles up. What's going to help you serve your body out of the day and the week you're coming out of thus far, right? Restorative and preventative. Couple more breaths. One more breath. And then I want you to pivot toward the foot that's facing the top of your mat, whichever one that might be. Coming in through your low lunge, plank pose, chaturanga. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, down dog. Pausing here for 3, 4, 2, 4, 1. One more side, last few pushes, second side before we cool it down. Stretch your body out as you inhale into your down dog. Lift your heels high, look forward in between your thumbs, find your target, and then I want you to step or hop there. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, deep fold. Inhale, rise up. Crown up, arms up. Shift the weight into the right foot, pull your left knee up and in towards your chest. Squaring off through the hips. And as you exhale, take that supported warrior 3, fingertips down, left heel out and back. With the micro bend in your right knee this time, stand back up tall, towering over your right leg, left knee in towards your chest, arms up. Exhale, tap, supported warrior 3. Let's take 2 more. Yeah, sounds about right. Kicking back. 1 more. Inhale, lift, finding your balance. Wiggles, wobbles, great. That means you're pushing your body. You're not just here coasting. Supported warrior 3, 4 breaths. Right side stays down. Left side stacks. Find your gaze. Find the placement of your left heel hovering about hips height. And as you drive the heel back, I want you to flex the toes over toward the wall you're facing. I want you to open your chest and your heart. Stack your wrists. And then you gaze down, over, or up to the left. Breathing in and breathing out. Adding any spice, any flavor that feels appropriate for you. Not too passive, not overwhelming. Your sweet spot right here. 1 more inhale. Stretching out. Ooh, almost lost it there. Come back, warrior 2. Inhale to reverse. Just for balance, let's find another way to stand up. Another visit, wide leg fold, heels out, toes in. And you can make this one slightly different, maybe hands to the hips, and you can pull to your left leg for a breath, for a few breaths. But as you shift over to your left leg, notice if your right hip is trying to follow you, right? Trying to stay neutral on the hips. You're bringing the torso to the stationary legs, right? The torso's moving, the legs, the foundation, the anchors stay, right? They hold their ground right where they are. Ribs over to the left. Neck and shoulders tension free. Little sway, little float through center. This time your left hip pulls back. Bring your chest over to your right leg. And another opportunity here, feeling this, the backs of both legs simultaneously, right? You feel that? If not, maybe you need to widen your stance. If not, maybe you need to find a deeper reach of the crown towards your right toes. Keep pulling that left hip back. 3 breaths. 2 breaths. 1 breath. Fingertips down to the earth, resting beneath the shoulders. Inhale halfway up. Heels in, toes out. So if you're the other way, where you're not facing the camera, if you're side, that's fine, right? But say your like entire back is to me, that's really going to be a little uncomfortable here in my cues now. So I want you to just take a little shift. Meet me in a forward fold where your toes are facing a way that you can see me, right? Forward or to the side. Heels in, toes out. Skandasana. Oh, yeah. So pick a side. We're going to visit both. And this can be really passive here. I have the mobility in my sits bones to have a seat. That's not really what I want to target here before our cool down. Unless you're modifying, I want you to lift up through your bicycle seat, lift up through your pelvic floor. There we go. Right side goes down, right hand, left arm up. Coming in to open up the chest and the shoulders, wrap your right arm around the right shin. Let your left arm fall behind your back. And as you elevate your pelvic floor, I want you to peel your left chest open. Your extended left leg is active, beautiful, toes up toward the sky. 2 breaths. 1 breath. So we're gonna go up and over to the other side. If you wanna use your hands, do that. If you don't need or want to, don't. Oh man. Samasthi, get low, stay low. We made it up and over to the other side, yeah. Take a moment, right? It's a little passive. Maybe you have the mobility in the right hamstring to squat down the hips. Lift up. Spread your arms. Left arm down, right arm up. Maybe coming into your version of your bind. This is why I suggest having props too when we gather together. I'll have a plan, but it's fun to just see where the energy takes us, right? So today, maybe you need it for this bind that we've arrived to. Maybe you don't. 2 breaths. 1 breath. Hands back and ahead of the hips. From there, straighten both legs, hide your heels behind your toes. Step or hop your legs toward each other. Ragdoll up to standing. Circle your arms out and up. Exhale, hands to your chest. Really beautiful work, everyone. Let's come into peak pose, right and left side before we move on. I think tree pose, the option to extend the leg, is going to work for what we've done tonight so far. So with your legs about hips width, shift the weight into your left foot. Pull your right knee in towards your chest. Find your tree from there. Some days we're going to start with a low tree. Some days we might even stay there. From there, medium tree, sole of the foot to the calf. Remember, without dumping. Yeah, we're lifting. And then some days, maybe the foot all the way up to the inner thigh. The tail stays down. If you pitch your tail back to get the leg up, go to the calf, please. Yeah. I'd rather you have space and length than have the foot somewhere bringing you out of alignment. And then wherever you're at, you have 5 breaths, finessing your body in this shape. And if you want to play with an extension of the leg out, as we've been preparing to do in a number of shapes today, peace fingers to the big toe, left hand to the left hip, you could open up. Open up. Open up. Find what works. Yeah. 3 more breaths. Don't over or underdo it. You showed up, get your time's worth. You showed up, get your inner peace. Yeah, you're the boss of you. You know when it's okay to push, you know when you need to pull back. 1 more inhale. 1 more exhale. If the leg is extended, call it back into that tree-like setup. Close the hip. Release the leg. In between sides, a little float of the chest, the gaze, and the arms up. Then I'll exhale. Last call to action here. Coming in, fully present here. Shift the weight into the right foot. Pop the left heel. Open up the inner thigh, but not the hip. You stay grounded. Find your tree. Small, medium, or large. Yeah. Tail under. Belly in. Arms anywhere you choose. You feel really secure here in your tree, or maybe even if you don't, right? If you feel secure enough to take that next step. Remember, just one step forward. I don't need you to go 5 or 10. Maybe right hand to the hip, peace fingers to your left big toe. Maybe with a bent knee, you hover and you hold here. Not holding your breath, staying in the shape, growing into it for another 5. Squaring off through the hips, 4. Rooting down to rise out and up. 2. 1. You're out of your tree pose, coming back to that tree setup. Let's meet back on the same page. Close the hip. Release the leg. Mountain pose with your arms melting down by your sides. Invite a little space underneath the armpits, a little breath in the posture. Open hands. Micro bend of the elbows, maybe even a micro bend of your knees. Chin in towards your chest or parallel to the floor might be a better reminder to lengthen from the soles of your feet. Through your back body, front body, and side bodies. Out through the crown of your head. Close your eyes. Breathe in. Breathe out. Last meditative breaths or few breaths through our last vinyasa of this class. Inhale, rise up, upward salute. Exhale, forward fold, taking in your intentions for your life outside of this practice, right? As we prepare to shift back into our lives, let's take those intentions with us. Planting your palms, stepping back through your plank, chaturanga release. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, right into your child's pose. Part your lips, close your eyes, and relax. Plant your palms outside your knees. Roll up to seated. Float onto one hip. Swing your legs forward and around. Last shape on the way to final rest. Happy baby, right? If you need or want something else, take that. Roll down. Spine down, knees in. Soles of the feet up. Try to get your elbows on the insides of your knees. Reach for the outer blades of your feet. And if you're rocking and rolling your happy baby, can you go side to side versus forward and back? Why? Goal here in happy baby is, of course, the hip opener, but you want to lengthen your spine too. So if you're plugging your sacrum down, you're in alignment as you open up the hips. If you're lifting it up, you're coming in and out of alignment, right? Why waste time? Let's optimize the shape, tapping into alignment and going from there. 3, 2, 1. Finding the direct route to your inner peace, no detours, right here and now. Don't think about it. Just be about that inner peace, that full acceptance of your body, non-judgmental thoughts about yourself and others, forgiveness, love, compassion, strength, whatever it is you came for. Receive it and don't talk yourself out of those blessings. Don't talk yourself out of those gifts. Call in the perspectives you choose. Call in the strength and fuel you need for the rest of your week. And as you squeeze your knees back in toward each other, give yourself a hug. And I don't want you to just hold yourself close. Hold those intentions close, those perspectives and those gifts that you're taking with you. This time on the mat is coming to a culmination for today at least, but these gifts and these tools are eternal. You get to keep them. Pausing here for one more deep breath in through your nose, fill your body up. And as you exhale, carefully drift into final resting pose. And as we are in the privacy of our own spaces, you are on your time. In some cases, that time might be shared with other obligations, other commitments, in which case, take a mindful minute for yourself. But if you have more of a margin of time to extend rest, if you need that, if you desire that today, please take that. In honor of your individual needs, I'll drop us off into final rest together. And then you stay as long as you'd like. Last collective breath together, breathing in through the nostrils. Gentle breath out through your mouth. Yogis, trust yourself. You are on your own for the rest of your time, for the rest of your Shavasana. Thank you so much for showing up for yourself and choosing to share your practice with me and each other. Until next time, thank you and namaste.